Alright folks, today we're going to be looking at classical Marxist dialectal historical materialism, or historical materialism for short. So historical materialism has 6 stages: primitivism, agrarianism, monarchism, capitalism, socialism, and communism. Alright, so we're going to be going through the revolutions of the various class struggles that cause these 6 stages. So the first stage is the primitivist stage. Now in this stage there are 2 classes, the hunter class and the gatherer class, because the primitivist stage is a hunter-gatherer society, basically like Stone Age society that hasn't discovered agriculture yet, but maybe has discovered something like fire or something. So basically you have the hunter class, which has power over the gatherer class. And that is, so the hunter class is the top class, the gatherer class is the bottom class. But as we discover agriculture, the gatherers quickly become the primary source of food, and thus become the higher class, which moves us into the agriculture stage. So the agricultural stage is the stage of society where agriculture has been freshly developed, but not to the point where cities and countries can be made. So in this society there are 2 classes. Again, the gatherer class turns into the farmer class, completely negating any sway that the hunter class may have had, and in its place there comes the landlord class, the few people that begin to own land. Alright? So at this stage the farmers are more mobile, but they pay rent to landlords every now and then. But ultimately the farmers have control over the landlords in this stage. That typically flips in all future stages. We then go into the monarchist stage, which is where those landlords suddenly and slowly gain significant amounts of power. And they become what Marx calls the reactionary class, aka the monarchist aristocracy. But in the monarchist aristocracy, there also forms a merchant class, which is called the bourgeoisie. Alright? And the bourgeoisie basically supports the monarchist class's wars and stuff through their wealth. So basically they're the wealthy people. And they have the wealth. But ultimately the reactionary class has the power. This, however, flips in capitalism. In capitalism, those reactionaries are overthrown. The monarchies are overthrown. Maybe not completely, but they no longer have their power. And so the bourgeoisie have power now over their workers, the proletariat. So those are now the 2 main classes, the workers and the bourgeoisie. After that, we have socialism. Socialism is where the proletariat take control. Now, because there is no incentive to provide another class beyond the proletariat, the transition into communism is more of a technological and social transition than it is a class struggle. So in reality, the difference between socialism and communism is the removal of the proletarian state, or basically the necessity of the proletarian state. Once that is, because in socialism, the classes still exist. But once communism goes around, all other classes aside from the proletariat no longer exist at all. Alright, I hope you liked this video and I hope you learned something. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you want to support the channel. See y'all!